Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
This week we begin our journey at the Wacomico Youth and Civic Center for some full throttle fun.
We'll head out with Nanticoke Outfitters to see if we can bag some birds before the end of duck season.
We meet a saddle maker from Lincoln in this week's Remembering Scorchy Talls.
And we'll stop by the Boys and Girls Club in Dagsboro for Gateway Subaru's Operation Warm.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. And Jason, I'm a little upset with you.
What did I do now?
Because it's Valentine's Day weekend and you took me to the zoo.
Oh, well, coming to the zoo has nothing to do with Valentine's Day weekend. It has everything to do with the fact that I forgot my deodorant this morning and I was hoping that the buffaloes would mask the smell.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
We're going back to the Wacomico Youth and Civic Center to get our motors running.
It's the No Limits Monster Truck and Thrill Show at the Wacomico Youth and Civic Center. Inside the Wacomico Youth and Civic Center for another outdoor event brought indoors, and I'm here with the man who's helping put all of this on. Robbie, No Limits Monster Trucks back in Salisbury. Pretty exciting stuff.
Well, we're super excited to be back. This is our 30th year coming over here to the Wacomico Youth and Civic Center, and we love coming over here to the Eastern Shore. You got to have a great show, number one, and number two, you got to treat everybody good. We want to make sure that these fans, they're buying the whole seat, but they're only on the edge of the seat, and we want to make sure that they're happy and taken care of, so that way they'll come back year after year after year. I've seen people that came here as teenagers come back as parents and bring their little kids, and that's what it's all about, is family and family entertainment.
I'm here with Gage, who is the driver of the excavator, which we are on right now. And Gage, how did you get into driving monster trucks?
Well, my dad's been driving for almost 30 years now, and I was kind of growing up around the sport and just been around it my whole life, and it was always something that I wanted to do, and I always enjoyed it, and here I am with my own identity.
What would you say to somebody that says, you know what, that looks like a cool job, how do I get into that?
Usually when I tell people, when people come up to me actually and they ask me how to get into this stuff, I usually tell them that the best way of doing it is going to as many shows as you can, helping as many teams out as you can, and eventually if a team will take you on the road and hire you, that can get you into a seat. There's a few drivers here that have been in that position once before, and now they're here, they're driving, and they're 100% naturals at it.
How can folks learn more about not only tonight's show, but also about No Limits Monster Trucks?
They can check us out on Facebook at No Limit Monster Trucks and Thrill Show, also www.nolimitmonstertrucks.com for more information about our particular promotion company, and then always the Wacomico Youth and Civic Center website and social media page has a lot of great information about this event.
Now, Lauren, I know that you think that I'm old and fragile, but I'll have you know that I jumped down from that tire and I didn't hurt myself.
Well, there's still plenty of show left, so I'm sure you'll pull something, but don't worry, I have aspirin and a heating pad in the Outback.
You are so incredibly thoughtful. Outdoors Delmarva, we'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
A couple of weeks ago, the big game hunter here went out with Nanticoke Outfitters. And Jason, tell us, how many ducks did you get?
I got one less than Dave Fletcher did.
Well, how many did he get?
Let's take a look. Not only have I never been duck hunting proper, but I've never been duck hunting on a beach.
That's right. That's right. Unfortunately, the client, who is a chief of police in a small town up north, he told me yesterday something had come up. He couldn't make it. So I thought, you know what? We were going to try to film. So what a great opportunity to get out and try to shoot some birds and give you an opportunity to go duck hunting, because you haven't had that chance yet.
Yeah, I mean, normally the weapon of choice is a camera. So to be able to get out here and squeeze off a few rounds has been very exciting.
We take this for granted, but I mean, this is our backyard. You know, we live right here, and to be able to get out here and, you know, short notice, we're so fortunate to have this resource. And I tell you, I talk about that all the time, and that's what I love about guiding, is bringing folks in that don't have the ability to do this, right? To duck hunt from a beach.
Even though we've only got one in the bag, and it's not one that I knocked down, I've enjoyed just being out here and attempting.
That's right, absolutely, and it is an experience, and that's the thing that I share with clients all the time is I want to sell you an experience. I can't guarantee you birds. You just can't. It's not, you know, we're not at a regulated shooting area where we're releasing birds. These are all wild birds. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But what I can do is I can give you an experience like none other, and have fun and feed you and right, be fat and happy and hopefully warm.
Obviously, you know, when you go on a hunt, the idea of going home with something is the ultimate goal. But I really do believe that the experience of coming out, and as you were saying, you know, talking about how different it is from deer hunting versus duck hunting, is that duck hunting is social. You know, we've been out here, been able to converse, you know, tell stories, you know, compare notes, where you can't really do that in a deer stand.
Right. It's a lot harder, right?
It's a lot harder.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I love about waterfowl, especially with my clients, is by the time they leave, they're a friend, because we got to spend hours talking and learning about each other, and you know, whether it's them asking me questions about duck hunting or just life and talking about things, and that is one of the things I really enjoy most about duck hunting, is it's such a social event.
If you've never done this before and you're thinking to yourself, maybe I want to get into this is the guy to talk to, because he's going to walk you through everything from the type of weapon and the type of ammunition that you need, along with helping you get the necessary paperwork start to finish. This is what Nanticoke Outfitters is bringing to the local hunting community here on Delmarva. So not only is it available and it's an opportunity for you that are local, but you know, if you've got friends that are, you know, from out of state, out of the area, who are like, what do you guys do there? This is something that you can tell them, like, this is what we do, and this is one of the guys that helps us do it.
Yep, without a doubt. And that's, again, I talk about, I love helping people check boxes. There's a particular bird in this area that maybe you want, or that Sika deer that you need, you know, that stag, that trophy, whatever it might be. I love helping clients, you know, check that box.
And I'm just really glad that I am no longer considered the bad luck when it comes to these hunts.
I don't know, you're still a little bit of bad luck. We only killed one bird, so, but he finally got the skunk off, because every time I bring this guy out hunting, we don't kill anything. So we finally got a chance to kill some birds. So yeah, I'll give you that.
And it wasn't for lack of effort on our part. We definitely had our opportunities. Whether we only got one bird or not, that's kind of on us.
We should have a few, no doubt, but we were so busy talking and goofing off and having a good time that sometimes they get in and get out before you even know what happened.
So Jason, it appears that Dave got one bufflehead during your hunt.
That's correct.
And you said you got one less than what Dave got.
Also correct.
So if my math is correct, that means you got
Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. We'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Saddle making is an art that takes time, dedication, and passion.
And we learn all about the mastery of this form of leatherwork in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
A custom-built saddle is comprised of one-hole cowhide, one-hole sheepskin, and a minimum of 70 hours of painstaking work. Who says? None other than Lincoln, Delaware's master saddle maker, Val Fox, a man who never sacrifices quality in his work.
Many times by an inexpensive saddle, it neither fits the horse nor does it fit the person. It feels like you're riding on an orange crate. It's not supposed to be like that.
By now you may have gotten the feeling that Val Fox's saddles don't come cheap, and that's because they aren't.
They come looking for a quality product, a custom product. The saddle trees that I use are a lot more expensive. They're wood covered with rawhide, which is the oldest method of making a saddle tree, and it's still the best.
49-year-old Val Fox is a retired Delaware State Trooper who has had a lifelong love affair with leather.
Back in high school days, I worked with some leather, and always got better, and looked for a greater challenge.
Val Fox then, and still does on occasion, make such items as holsters, belts, shotgun scabbards, and leather shell cases. But the challenge was saddles, a work of art he makes by special order only, and he is very fussy about perfection.
I don't like to rush, and anytime somebody brings something in, I really don't want them to ask me when it's going to be finished. It'll be finished when I get finished with it.
Val Fox has never advertised his work. He doesn't have to. In that great kingdom of horse lovers, quality saddles speak louder than the printed word. Scorchy Taws wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is presented by Shorts Marine, online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that the invasive blue catfish is the largest of the catfish family in North America and can weigh up to 100 pounds?
Did you know that the sport fishing record for a blue catfish weighed in at 124 pounds from an angler in Illinois?
And did you know that the Maryland Department of Natural Resources is offering grants of up to $5,000 to help eliminate invasive species like the blue catfish from our waterways?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
We typically stop by the Gateway Subaru dealership in Delmar to see what they're doing for cool events around the community, but we recently got to see firsthand one for ourselves.
We stopped by the Boys and Girls Club in Dagsboro, where over 100 children were given a new pair of sneakers, a new coat, and left with a smile.
Well, we're giving back to the community as we do with Subaru, giving back some shirts, some shoes and some jackets to the local Delaware Boys and Girls Club here in Dagsboro. Just a token of our appreciation, wanting to give back. Dagsboro Boys and Girls Club, something near and dear to our hearts. I actually live not 10 minutes from here. So it's nice to just see, getting involved with the local stuff and not necessarily a national charity, getting a local impact on things. This is actually the first year we've done Operation Warm. It's fairly new for Subaru. Years past it's been called other things, but this is the first year for Operation Warm and hopefully many years to come. They take an order through Subaru, believe it or not. Subaru polls the local charities and they give them kind of a preset order, if you will. They ship them directly to the dealerships. At that point in time, we set up the delivery date, which was today, and then we'll bring the equipment over, drop it off, and hand them out to the kids, and that's the end of it.
We're here with Denisha, and she is the club director. Denisha, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So tell us a little bit about what we just saw in there.
Okay, so Subaru from Delmarva reached out and asked if they could donate jackets, sneakers, and a pair of socks to our children. So he basically just asked me how many kids I had on my roster and their shoe size and their coat size, and they came and donated coats and shoes for the kids.
How many pairs of shoes and like how many do you think were just given out?
125.
125 kiddos in this great place here at the Boys and Girls Club in Dagsboro received shoes, socks, and a jacket.
Yes.
They were so excited there.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
What do you think that means to them?
A lot. They feel like they're important. They have cameramen here. They think it's a big day. It's exciting, and I think we're very thankful for it.
And they got to pick out all the shoe colors. There was red and black. The pink ones went first with all the gals.
Pink and purple.
Yes, and then they got to try on the jackets and zip them up, and then they're going to go home to their parents.
Yes.
And what do you think that means as a parent here?
That we're all about their kids. They're important. We are looking out. We have many resources for our kids, so we just continue to be thankful and grateful.
Yeah, and I saw some of them out in the hallway, and they were yelling shoes as they took a picture with their new shoes.
Some of them left their other shoes here and put the new shoes on, so yes, very grateful.
Basically, the children come in, we'll give them a name tag, ask them their shoe size. If they're not familiar, we do have a shoe size chart as well, and then we give them a wristband also for the jacket with their approximated guessing on the size of that as well. After they get the shoes, they'll come down, they'll get their jacket, sign a little thank you card, and they're on their way. It probably means more than we realize. Yeah. Everybody goes through tough times, and so when you're able to just make an end meet, it means a lot.
To learn more about upcoming events and partnerships that Gateway Subaru has going on, you can check out their Facebook page.
Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at your latest photos. Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
12-year-old Kara and 9-year-old Leah pictured here with their hunting buddy Sprig, limited out of Gadwalls with their dad Keith.
13-year-old Jacob Sadler of Claiborne got himself a couple of Canada geese during Talbot County's Youth Waterfowl Hunting Weekend.
Snake finding is becoming a family affair for Ray Harper, as his grandson Aiden appears to be right at home with this black hognose.
17-year-old Corey Brummel of Dorchester County reeled in this 41-inch blue catfish that weighed in at 39 pounds. Maybe we'll see Corey at the Sharptown Catfish Tournament this year.
Ken Fullerton has a returning guest, as this screech owl is making good use of the box that Ken put up last year. Ken posted to his Facebook page that he hopes a mate isn't far behind because, as he says, baby owls would be so cool.
Here's another great shot of some snow geese in Smyrna from Diana Watson.
We attended the annual youth duck hunt at Riverside Lodge, and we'll share an update on Evan Cooper on next week's show.
And we shared them on our Facebook page, but here are a few photos we took from around the Salisbury Zoo.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
That's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for watching.
Keep sending in those photos by emailing outdoors@wboc.com. And be sure to check out all of our social media pages. We've made it really easy for you. Just scan the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen.
The DSN Outdoors Expo is coming back to the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Go to outdoorsdelmarva.com and click on the link to learn more. We hope to see you right back here again next week. But until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru, Higher Standards, sponsored by Shorts Marine and Bell Creek Equipment.